which Chris was voted People Magazine's sexiest man alive?
Only one of them.
I think it's this one.
Yeah.
One.
Well, yeah. I mean, of course.
Oh, God.
Seen them before.
That looks like Hemsworth's abs.
Yeah, you knew that a little too quickly.
Right out of the gates.
That's the hemisphere.
Yeah. I mean, that's the happiest place on earth. That's.
The first clip is from the interview of the cast of Men in Black International on Entertainment Tonight, when Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson were asked to tell what's the one thing they love about each other.
What do I like about I mean, it's easier. I like everything, pretty much about Chris Hemsworth.
That's not an answer.
It's yours. I like how you just break the rules.
That was his wife saying, "I heard that."
Yeah, right.
Beg your pardon?
The next clip is from the press conference by the star cast of Marvel's Avengers, Age of Ultron. During the questioning session, someone asked Scarlett Johansson that her character could have easily been written off as the sexy one from the team, and she instantly replied,
Hi, I've got a question for Scarlett. Obviously, your character could have easily just been kind of written off as the sexy one of the team. How important is it that
Really? Have you seen Chris Hemsworth?
Moving on again, we have Scarlett Johansson feeling totally flirtatious while sitting next to Chris Hemsworth. This happened during the interview with the cast of Avengers Endgame, and you can clearly see when Paul Rudd was answering questions. Scarlett Johansson leaned on to Chris's shoulder, and they kept on rubbing shoulders and staring at each other during the whole interview.
Yeah. Paul, when was the first time you realized that this was a Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Well, when I worked on Civil War, that was really the first time I was like, oh.
2 hours later.
And while that was an incredible experience, it was really, I felt like we were parallel to everything that was going on.
I mean, you have obviously a huge amount of responsibility to.
3 days later.
That weight responsibility.
During an interview with the cast of Captain America 2, The Return of the First Avenger, interviewer asked them who is the good-looking according to them, and Chris Evans instantly said Chris Hemsworth, to which Scarlett Johansson felt very awkward and started biting her lips.
Who would you say is the best looking?
The best looking? Oh, really, Hemsworth?
Did I say that
Why
way
you
too
did it so
quickly?
fast?
I was like, Chris Hemsworth! Sorry. Scarlett Johansson.
Thanks, that was better. I was not expecting that, but it's nice to hear. Thanks.
Yeah, is it weird that I said Hemsworth? It's weird, it's on film now. It's out there.
Now everybody knows.
While Dakota Johnson was on The Ellen Show, Ellen asked her about the cast of her movie Bad Times at the EE Royale, having a good cast as it has Chris Hemsworth. She started blushing and said that he doesn't know how to button his shirt and it is very distracting for everybody. Dakota also complimented, saying that his body is truly an accomplishment.
And Chris Hemsworth is in it, and he doesn't wear a shirt, I understand.
Yeah, no, somehow he doesn't know how to button his shirt up, and it's so distracting for everybody.
Yeah, his body is just insane,
It's
isn't it?
so remarkable and truly such an accomplishment for him.
It is an accomplishment for him. It's just unreal.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, and he's such a nice guy.
Wow, my tattoo looks really crazy.
The next clip is again from the cast of Same Movies, when interviewers said that it won't be a spoiler if we say that Chris Hemsworth is a very attractive man. To this, Dakota said that it's a mistake that they let him keep his shirt unbuttoned because it sort of wipes your memory.
Your characters are kind of intertwined with Chris Hemsworth's character in this story. I don't think it's a spoiler to say that he's a very attractive man. So maybe a spoiler if you haven't seen Chris Hemsworth before. In which, if you haven't, spoiler alert, he's a very attractive man.
I actually said at the time that I thought it was a big mistake that they let him have his shirt unbuttoned because it's almost it almost like wipes your memory of anything prior to that
I had
moment.
a lot of strange emotions coming up during that.
What were your emotions?
It was a very confusing time for me. As a repressed Englishman, it was very confusing.
When the female cast of Ghostbusters was on the Graham Norton show, he talked about another member of the cast, Chris Hemsworth, and all four of them started drooling over him. I think you should see it for yourself.
Another addition to the cast, our good friend Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, I mean...
Now, I think I've got a picture of Chris Hemsworth. Do I?
Is he crying?
I do.
That's the trailer. It's too much.
It's crazy, isn't it?
I just, at a certain point, I thought, I have never rooted for someone maybe to be just an unbelievable jerk. Yeah. I just needed something to be wrong with him.
And there was
Nothing.
No, and also...
When Chris Hemsworth was telling the story, her co-star Lily started laughing for no reason, on which everyone had a great laughter.
And I walked in and I remember thinking, and I had that ponytail, long blonde hair, and I had a hat on. And the warden said...
On an interview with Clever Newscast of The Huntsman, the female cast of the movie started discussion on how many abs Chris Hemsworth have. Well, who can blame them since he has an amazingly attractive body?
True or false? Chris Hemsworth has 6 abs.
I think he's got 9. He's probably got 9. He's got so many that's almost like a 1-pack at this point.
6. 8. I googled it.
8.
Are you an alien?
No, can't.
How do people have 8 abs? Let's see.
I don't have 8 abs. I don't have 8 abs, sure.
Again, on the Graham Norton show, when he showed the shirtless picture of Chris Hemsworth on screen, Kirsten Dunst and Jessica Chastain started blushing and complimenting him. You can clearly see Chris again being thirsted over by female celebrities.
Very quickly mention Thor, mostly so we can show this picture.
Sure.
Why would you be embarrassed? Look, God.
It just looks like a lot of dieting and exercise to me. I'm like, oh, thanks, no.
You know, for a crazy homeless person, he's pretty cut.
When the female cast of Ghostbusters was asked by Ellen if Chris Hemsworth is easy on the eyes, they replied, "It's too much." It seems like his co-stars couldn't get over his charm whenever his name comes up during an interview.
Chris Hemsworth is easy on the eyes. It's too much. It's too much. Is he here? Is he here?
I don't know. Oh, God.
What I love is, like, never in my life will that be the response for me in, like, shorts.
During the BBC Radio 1 show with Chris Hemsworth and Scarlett Johansson, she had to insult Chris but couldn't find the words and said that it's really hard to insult him and he's such a good person.
Chris, you're ugly.
Oh, here we go, they're straight in.
Everyone's been talking about it. You're just really ugly.
Thanks.
Have you seen Chris Hemsworth? Oh God, I don't know. It's so hard. It's just really hard to insult you, Chris. You're such a good person.
They say it's beauty is on the inside, and inside you is just awful.
It was at this moment that she knew. She fucked up.